everybody. Welcome to Church of Christ Answers. I'm your host, Aaron Earhart, and we're glad that you're here. If you have a question or even a challenge, feel free to submit them to aaronearhart@outlook.com. There are a lot of reasons why people are passing on modern-day Christianity. But if you want to know a big reason why, stay tuned to this video. But first, I want to tell you about a helpful resource we're offering. It's a website containing videos, articles, devotionals, sermons, all kinds of good information. Just go to aaronearhart.com. I think a big reason why so many people are passing on modern-day Christianity is because of the ridiculousness they see. Wouldn't you agree with that? They see churches and preachers who have exchanged the gospel for gimmicks, who'll do anything for a like. And they say to themselves, that's crazy. I don't want to be a part of that. Well, just when you think it can't get any worse, it does. I did a video recently showing you some of the more extreme examples of this foolishness. I would encourage you to check that out as well. But today we're going beyond foolishness. We're going from foolishness to freakiness. In 2 Peter chapter 2, Peter warns about false teachers. And he says that they are lewd individuals who use sensuality to entice and deceive. They're controlled by their sexual desires and use those desires to control others. For instance, in 2 Peter 2, verse 2, we read, "And many will follow their sensuality." Verse 14, "They have eyes full of adultery, insatiable for sin." And verse 18, "They entice by sensual passions of the flesh." Well, not much has changed, huh? These carnally minded people were a problem in the first century, and they're a problem in the 21st century. I'm going to give you a few examples. The first is an Episcopalian preacher in Atlanta, Georgia. He was doing a sermon on John chapter 4, Jesus and the woman at the well. And this man said that Jesus and the Samaritan woman were flirting. They were teasing each other. And he said things took a sexual turn. When Jesus offered her living water, this man said he was actually using a sexual innuendo. It is disgusting. It is outrageous. It is profane. But I want you to see just how bad things have gotten. Check this guy out.
Living water has two meanings in the ancient world. One is probably what you would imagine it would mean. Living water is water like at a clear brook or stream where there are plants growing around it. It's clean water. It's pure water. It is life-giving water. So living water is beautiful water, right? The second meaning is a little bit more problematic. Well, not problematic. It's right in line with everything else that's going on. You see, it's a pun. And this is something the Gospel of John loves to do. There's a pun in almost every story in John. So what is living water? Buckle up. Living water is a first century euphemism for semen. Good morning. God's part of all of it, friends. God's part of all of it. She thinks it is, well, the more innuendo level. Jesus is talking on a different level. And so the next line, if you know that this is an innuendo, if you know that this is a comment, is hilarious. Because she literally goes, "Hey buddy, you ain't got a bucket. How you going to give me that living water?" It's funny. It's a funny line. This woman is actually, as a friend of mine said, this woman's talking trash at the well with Jesus. I didn't know that's what the story was about. But they're flirting.
Now, I've heard some bad sermons, but that one might be the worst yet. To suggest that our holy Lord was acting in a lewd and sensual way with the Samaritan woman? To suggest that when he mentioned living water, he was really offering semen? And then to suggest that the woman was playing along, "Oh, you don't have a bucket. How are you going to give me this living water?" It is absolutely disgusting. And did you notice how the crowd responded? They were laughing when they should be leaving. They should have walked out and never returned. By the way, in that same sermon, he joked about how they were having a class on The Sopranos and how they had dropped the F-bomb at least 1,000 times. He was joking about that. It's no wonder people of the world want no part of Christianity. If that's Christianity, you can have it. But do you notice the lewd way they appeal to people? Appealing to carnal desires? The next example is Paula White and her husband. They were on stage together talking about sex, and he goes so far as to say, hey ladies, if your guy wants to watch porn, you should go to the porn shop and watch some porn with him. That way you'll know what he wants. Check this out.
Women have to, or don't have to, but women should look at a man and find out what turns him on. I mean, and you can talk about this. This is something that, you know, how freaky do you want to get? You know what I mean? And if you don't have that conversation with your man, if you don't have that conversation, then, you know, you're not fulfilling everything that he really truly wants. And so this part, the sexual fulfillment, comes with deep study within each other. You have to look inside and say, what turns you on? You know, what is it that you like to do? And the other part of it is, ladies, if you don't know what he likes, you know, figure it out. Get a book. Go get some porn. Do something. Whatever. If he likes to watch porn with him. You know what I mean? It's like, you got to get where you're going to go.
Here you have Paula White, a very popular televangelist, and her husband, encouraging people to watch porn. So you'll know what turns him on. She's laughing. People in the audience are laughing. This is the same behavior Peter talked about in 2 Peter 2. Right? In their sensuality, they will entice and deceive. It's beyond the pale. Well, our third and final example is an Anglican clergywoman who said she's partnering with a sex shop to raise money for Planned Parenthood. If you don't know what Planned Parenthood is, it's a large abortion provider. They are soaked, drenched in innocent human blood. Here, this so-called woman of God is partnering with a sex shop to help an abortion provider. Despicable. Check this out.
The last time I partnered with Belessa, I shared a really vulnerable story of myself. But this time, it's all about joy with a little dash of resistance. So here's my two-part invitation to joy and resistance. Number one, I'm doing a giveaway where everybody who signs up on my page either gets a free toy or a gift card. And two, the money that I gain from this partnership will go directly into Planned Parenthood.
The Bible warns of those who will be controlled by their own sexual appetites. And that's what we're seeing. The spiritual is being replaced by the sexual, and nobody seems to care. Well, I care, and I hope you care. If you're looking for serious Christianity, not these so-called Christians who make a mockery of the faith, you ought to check out the Church of Christ. We've been known for a long time as the book, chapter, and verse people. We're not perfect people by any means, but we are serious about following God's Word. We are serious about living righteously before God. If you're tired of all this nonsense, from foolishness to freakiness, if you're tired of all that, come check out the Church of Christ. Well, I hope this helps. Until next time, have a great day.